Right, so today I'm going to be working on inlays. These are white mother of pearl 4mm dots. I like 4mm dots, slightly smaller than standard, but I find they work better, especially with a 24 fret guitar where the last couple of frets are quite a bit smaller. The 6mm dots sort of take up the entire fret and just looks a bit weird to me. So I've got some 4mm dots for that. And then I've got some little 2mm white mother of pearl dots, which will go along the sides for my side butt dots. So that's the fretboard inlays, just dots. And then for the headstock, I'm going to be cutting. I've got these white mother of pearl blanks here. These are about 1.5mm thick. They don't need to be any thicker than that, especially not for a headstock. For fretboard inlays, if I'm doing custom inlay work, then I prefer to go a bit thicker, because if you've got, say, a 2mm piece of mother of pearl, then that'll help in terms of the radius. You need a bit more depth on the blanks there. So there's the printed out design for my headstock logo, and that's going to go about there. And what I'm going to do is stick my logo to the mother of pearl via a bit of masking tape, and then I'm going to cut those out. Just need to try and stick this so I'm wasting as little as possible. I think it should be okay. So I need to try not to stick my fingers to the mother of pearl. Make sure that's down properly. Right. Now that I've got the design stuck to the inlay material, I'm going to stick the inlay material to a little MDF offcut, which is going to work as a backing board. And now I'm just going to rough that shape out. Now, you may think that I'm crazy cutting out a piece of mother of pearl with a bandsaw, but I find that A, it's a lot faster than cutting out by hand, and B, because the blade is travelling in one direction, it's always pushing the work down towards the table. There's no opportunity for the piece of work to kick back up like it would on an upstroke if you're cutting it with a jeweler's saw. So there's a lot less opportunity to snap the piece. And I'm using a backing board which the work is stuck to. That way I can keep my fingers further away from the saw blade, and I'm choosing my cuts carefully so that I'm keeping as much of the backing board for as long as possible to protect my fingers. The downside with this is obviously there's a lot of dust from cutting with a bandsaw, so I've got dust extraction going. I've also got a mask. So I've roughed out the shape on the bandsaw. I've cut it as close to the shape as I was comfortable doing, without risking my fingers. And now I'm just going to file it by hand to get the final shape. So that's my two logos cut out now, and then in the next episode I'll get them inlaid and then we'll get the dots in.